Okay, so I've said and I've said and I've said, oh, I'm going to do this video on the Defi ZD, and I figured now is as good a time sort of as any. So what this is actually a copy of a Defi ZD, and these are a gauge in motorsport applications in Japan that are really popular, just because of how small they are and what you can display on them. So naturally China went ahead and copied it, and it's like $188 or something like that. However, the sensors are actually, albeit cheaper, are accurate. I've calibrated them against the gauges I use in my motorsports car, and those gauges are calibrated, and so you can't really sort of go too wrong for this, especially for the price. A genuine unit will cost you $1,000 or so by the time you get all the sensors etc that you need for it. And the genuine unit doesn't display boost. This displays boost up to 50 psi. So you've got your EGT boost tube. So this is the controller. I'll run through that in a sec. This is the screen, and the only cable that goes to it, this is another one that I have because I'm going to probably run two. You only have one cable that runs to here, and that powers it and gives it all the data, etc. The rest goes into the control box, pressure sensor, so oil, transmission fluid if you're like me, temp sensors. So you get one boost sensor, that's your power harness, two temperature, two pressure, EGT and boost, and you get a fair bit out of it. Not everything's in this box, so it comes with this little stand, so you know you could mount it there if you so wish, there, wherever you wanted. It swivels 360 degrees, all that sort of stuff, up, down. I'm probably going to make a custom bracket out of aluminium to sit it sort of there with the pair of them, like I have on my little Renji adapter. So yeah, that's probably what I'll do, is I'll probably have them both sat down sort of low there. So you get all those sensors, you get the display, you get everything. All sensors. This is the control box, so all the gauges plug into the back here. So you've got turbo pressure, oil pressure, fuel pressure you can use for all fuel pressure, transmission pressures, etc. It's a solid sensor. You couldn't use it for like HPOP, for example, though. Oil temp, water temp, as I said, fluid temps, so you can put them anywhere. Exhaust temp, that's obvious. And that's the box, so it's just a nice, neat little unit, and then the remote plugs into it, wherever I put the remote. So that's what you get in the box. How these work. So I currently just have mine mounted here. I'll clean that screen up a bit so you can see it, and I'll zoom in a bit closer. I've been sanding and painting, so shit's sort of everywhere, and I'm literally just holding the GoPro, so that's that. And I've got dogs around me and everything else. So I currently just have the box sitting in there with the remote just chilling, because I'm in the process of moving everything. So I did take this video, and I took a video of the stereo. However, they're pretty shit. This one's probably not going to be much better, but I might actually put this one up. I'm not a YouTube person, so yeah, you just got to bear with me. So this box here will actually go behind the stereo. I'll do the stereo in another video right now, just while I'm waiting for it to get a bit warmer before the compressor starts waking up the neighbourhood. Okay, so you've got your control, you've got your box, Now we turn these on. Boots up quite slow. I'm just going to press this GoPro and see if it's okay. You can see. Alright, so that's just one of the standard, well, not so standard displays. You can go through and select different displays if you prefer like a gauge type one, if you prefer a bar, another standard one, and that's the one I like because it just displays a lot of data, etc. There's different displays that you can have, but I just run on this one. So you have here, we'll focus, reel, play and set. So reel is active real-time data, play is the replay function, so you can record it and you can just say, you know, do a wide open throttle pull, and then you can play it and watch it back later. So you can also wire your tacho, your speedo, everything else like this into this as well. I haven't, I just use them as standalones because standalones are easier to diagnose. So if I was to go to say set, so now I'm in set, what you do is you press two buttons at once, and I'm pretty sure it's, I can't fill this into it. Yep, so it is these two, you press them at once. And then you can scroll through which one you want to change, just so it's oil pressure, so then you select that with this button. And then you can scroll up and down so you can run speed, have it blank, clock, fuel level, voltage, that's exhaust temp, this is so hard to focus, water temp, oil temp, boost, air to fuel ratio, which you wouldn't, you could do, but you wouldn't do on this, fuel pressure, oil pressure, speed, etc. I can't remember what I had it on. It'd be oil pressure. Yeah. And then what you do is just go reel, and that sets it. There's a lot more functionality in this. That's just a basic one to put where you want, what you want, where you want it, etc. So yeah, that's basically the gauge. As I said, I'm currently sanding a bonnet and doing all sorts of stuff while there's a break in the weather here. I just really want to get back to Queensland. But yeah, so that's the Defi. Displays heaps of stuff. So you can have 6 things displayed at once, etc. Yeah, it auto dims. You can turn that off if you just wanted a solid brightness. You can change all the colours, so there's different. So this is another menu. You just press these two to get into this one. That's your rev range if you're on that. That's your scale of your revs. So for us, that'd be, you'd go down to 4, wherever 4 is. There. So that's if you wanted to run a shift indicator, it's that. You can sort of see it running through there. It'll run different colours, you can set it to whatever you want, run backwards, running together. Not really used for us, unless you're manual. So once again, that's just colours, options. That's the indicator steps, so 200 RPM, 400 RPM, 600 RPM, etc. I don't use any of that, and this is where you set your colours. So I have green because the rest of my stuff's green, because the truck's green. That's why it's not because I like green. And then here you can set alarms. You can set alarms in the with the other little controller as well, like highs, lows, etc. So you can set buzzers, and there's all sorts of stuff. And as I said, for $188, there's nothing out there at all that compares to this. So yeah, that's 10 minutes, that'll do, and yeah, see ya.